Hi everybody, Phil Easy here. I'm back in the garden. It's taken me a while. The snow's gone. We're through the transition. It's time to be planting. I'm planting my first plants into the garden for the year. Yay! Hopefully you guys are doing some of the same stuff. For me it happens to be peas. Peas are a crop that can handle the cool. So today I'm going to take you through an easy, simple garden hack on how to plant peas and get the maximum results from what you're doing here. Thanks for checking me out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit that thumbs up. That super helps me. If you like what you see, clicking on that thumbs up shows this video to more and more people, and that helps me out. So thank you. All right, let's get started. First thing I'm going to talk about is how I get my pea plants started. A little bit different than some. Some people will broadcast a bunch of seeds into a trench. Some people will plant each seed one by one. I used to use a chopstick and create a hole and then drop the seeds into each of them. I've transitioned into using my trays. There's another video on how to use trays that I've done a garden side chat on, but here's my peas that I had planted. Let's see, some green arrow peas March 17th. So I got these going a couple weeks ago, and they're a little bit long, as you can see from the roots coming out the bottom, but that's not going to hurt them. You can pull them out maybe even after a week and you'll be ready to go. I've set up another tray that I've got going. When I empty this tray, I'll fill it up and I'll do yet another tray of peas. And well, that way it'll create the succession planting. So we'll have peas going in every week or so, every 1 to 2 weeks, and we'll have a crop that extends just that much further is the hope off of that. So this stage we're at now, I'll take you through, and we'll jump backwards in time in a bit here, and I'll show you the actual planting of the seeds, but it's really simple. For this purpose, one of the easy hacks I've found is that once your peas have grown under the lights and they get to the height you want and the conditions are proper for outside, then you're going to want to plant them. To get them out easy without breaking the tray and so you can reuse the tray, I'll grab, if you have a chopstick that works, but just a stick if you have one, and I'll poke these out. I'll do a whole row, and then those ones will be ready to go into the ground, and I'll show you that trick next. Oops, it's okay if they fall out, they're pretty hardy. Oh, there we go, there's a few that have fallen out. So now, as simple as grab one of your plugs, make a hole with your fingers that's about the size of the plug, put your plug in, firm up around after it. Do that again. And what I'll do is I'll get a close-up in case you can't see that. So I'll just make the hole with my 2 fingers, make sure your root gets into the bottom of the hole. Sometimes if they're this long, you want to make sure that gets in there. Drop it in and then just firm up around it. I'm placing my peas every 1 to 2 inches. I'm not super focused on the exact spacing. Get them about right. Firm up, do your next one. As the saying goes, rinse and repeat. Okay, so there we go. That's what the final result looks like. I got those planted in 5 minutes maybe. The thing I like about doing them by hand, some people would say, hey Phil, how's that easier? You're having to manually put every single pea into its home. True, it is a little bit more labor intensive that way, but what I find is that it really isn't that much work. It takes like 5 minutes, and the results are amazing. Look at all these I know that they're going to come up. I know they're spaced out properly. Everything's been done. I don't really have to do much at this point forward. One other thing to note is you may have seen that I've actually gone to both sides of the fence that I'm growing the peas up. So I've planted them on both sides, and I'll run this all the way down. That again is maximizing the amount I can fit in a smaller space. Okay, now that we emptied that tray into the garden, we're going to create our next tray. I like to use starter mix. I used to reuse stuff, and I found over the years that I just get more consistent, better results if I just invest a bit of money in some starter mix. What it ensures is that I've got really clean, sterile soil, or a soil mixture to start with. So first, dump your soil on top, spread it into the empty cells. Try not to lose too much. You can always put a piece of cardboard underneath, and that way you can then get your soil after. Looks like I put a little too much in here, so here's a new technique I'm creating on the fly. I'll push that to the side. Let's then start putting our peas into their homes. and then we'll press them down. Oh, that's the thing, we got to firm. So this potting mix is pre-moistened, so it doesn't have as much of the compressibility. Check out video above on some of the common mistakes people make with planting seeds. One of them is that they don't firm the soil down like that. 1 per cell. You probably don't want to watch all this, but maybe you do. I don't. Ooh, look at that. Is he going to notice? People wonder, is he going to notice he put 2 in the 1? Yeah, I'm kind of anal that way. Am I allowed to use that word? I don't know. We'll find out maybe. So you can see it doesn't actually, oops, take that long. Start dropping our seeds in. We're gonna have a whole bunch planted here, and if you noticed out of the last tray, the actual germination rate was, I would say, about 99%. There was 1 cell that didn't go. 1 out of all of these. So that's another reason why I've found that this is a more efficient and in the end, oops, easy way to do it. So now that I've filled those ones, I just need to remember I got up to here, I have 3 more to go. So now we take this soil or container mix and backfill over top. That covers up our seeds. And press it down, firm it in, fill up, press these 3 cells down, or rows of cells. And again, pressing them down just makes it so there's not as many air pockets. If your roots are growing on your seedlings and they hit an air pocket, that's not really good for them. And they're pretty susceptible, so you got to try to take care of them. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? That was accidental. I pulled. I better buy a lottery ticket today. I pulled the exact number of seeds out there. And now I'll throw a little bit extra on top. Again, firm a little bit down. There we go. That tray's done. So now what I'll do is I'll get some water in the bottom of the tray and get it under the lights and let those grow. They're going to sprout. Once they sprout, they're pretty much good to go into the garden. I'll have to harden them off before. I did that process with the other ones. I didn't show you that, but I basically had that tray first in the greenhouse for a couple hours from the first day, then back into the green room. Then I went from the greenhouse back to the greenhouse, and then I went outside, and then I left them overnight one night, and I've left them out overnight a couple nights, and they're tolerating the cool nights, so they are good to go into the garden, and that's why I put them in. These ones will get under the lights, and we will repeat this process. Okay, there you have it, everybody. Thanks for checking me out today. Quick little video in the garden. So excited to finally get something in the ground. We have our little peas in. That was hanging over me. It was something I needed to get done. So we've got the other tray planted, and we have another tray that I planted about a week ago. So I have 2 trays that I'm cycling, and every week I'm going to put another set out until I've filled up. I have 3 rows of these chain link fence, not chain link, but just 4-foot fence stuff that I'm going to use, and get those out. So thanks again for checking me out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Hit that thumbs up if you like that video. Share this with friends. Ask questions, comments below. I read them all. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye. Pooh.